Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Watch Us Decorate, and this is an interesting channel, one of a kind in the Tuber Chat family, that brings us specifically baking, but on a professional level. They've got all kinds of tasty treats, much more than cakes and cupcakes here. One of the latest videos is candied apples. And when you have a look at this channel, I have a feeling you'll be taken away with it the same way I was when they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family, because of the spectacular work that they're doing in these things. I'm always impressed by things I myself cannot do. I can bake a cake to save my life, but I can't make it look anything like what they're doing here. And if you watch as many cooking and baking shows as I tend to at different times, you'll understand how impressive this really is. So this is also a very supportive creator. They got some shorts on their channel getting into 3,600, 4,800 views. I think they're reposting on the other platforms as well, because I noticed they're using CapCut over here. They are well over 3,000 subscribers now and monetized. Hopefully everybody will support them, and they have super chats and memberships available when we get there. And we'd love to push them towards the 3,500 that they're thinking about. And thank you, everybody, for coming in. I got quite a few names on the wheel already. She Stole My Thunder is going to be up next, because they actually just dropped a super chat before we even started. And thank you. Yes, that membership's almost 2 years. Most creators are with us for a while before a membership like that starts. And just for the sake of saying it, things like memberships and super chats here in Tuber Chat are unnecessary. Very much appreciated always when they do happen, but you do not need to do that to get onto the wheel or the screen. We will get through as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours. My flock is also here, dropping a highlighted milestone message, and thank you for that super chat as well. They've also done that countless times. We'll put their channel up right after She Stole My Thunder, who's a fellow Canadian actually, and then we'll get to spinning the wheel shortly. I got quite a few more names on the wheel and a few to add right now. M&T Living and Cooking is walking in the door. I'm going to put them right beside Canadian Family Life, because those are the first two channels that we know of in the Tuber Chat family to have been monetized under the newer restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position. I'm unsure if Michael's Adventures might have said he's working today. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator and is here for every stream that he can be, but his work schedule doesn't allow him to be here every day. Canadian Family Life, like I said, is on the wheel. Fairbrick Studio Gaming with Debbie is here. She was live yesterday. I missed that stream, but I saw that you did go live. Just Jason Keto and More is in the house as well. Rem's Family is here. That's our featured channel from the last stream. Ace Flaw 1 Andy is in the house. He's a friend of about 4 years, actually. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning's on the wheel. They're just asking a question right now. When you get 12 thumbs up and then they're gone, where do they go? Yeah, somebody takes them. I think it's like every other thing on YouTube, where the algorithm or the analytics, whatever we want to call it, the recommendation engine and everything they got in the background is playing games with our numbers all the time. So you'll notice that all of your numbers fluctuate. Your subscribers, your views, your likes, your watch hours. They even take our thumbs down after a while. So what my guess is if somebody comes to your channel, thumbs up a video, and doesn't actually really watch it, or let's say thumbs up before you drop a premiere or live stream, but isn't there to watch it, it's only a guess. I'm definitely not saying I'm right on this, because I'm grasping at straws, actually. But then some of those disappear. So I see it happen all the time. For those of you who don't use TubeBuddy yet, it's actually my #1 go-to tool. And what you can see is it's an app for your phone. And it gives you analytics for every video that you post. This is my personal channel here. But you'll see that the numbers there give you thumbs up, I'm not sure if the thumbs down are accurate, but it gives you them. I have one troll that gives me a thumbs down on everything I post, and then even some of those disappear though. So I think it has to do with a combination of engagement. If somebody's not there for any length of time, I don't think they really count some of it. It would make sense if that was correct, but again, I'm just guessing. And I promise you, it's as frustrating for me as it is for everybody. We've been seeing this now for well beyond the 3.5 years that Superchat's been here. Butler Family Farm and 49 more have been added to the wheel. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I see April Showers Network is there. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then after a long period of time, usually 2 hours or so, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. So Lisa J. Stocks, thank you for being in the music channel today, by the way. If anybody hasn't already seen it, all the same music you hear in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel over there. There's a 24-hour live stream with a virtual nightclub, a video game going in the chat, and people are trickling in and out of there all the time. Michael's Adventures is in the house, so I was mistaken. I wasn't sure whether he said he was working today or not. Sometimes he'll work on a Saturday, but not always. And then he's right up there with Scratch and PPA. These are two of the most supportive creators that I have met in my YouTube journey. So thank you for asking, Railroad Mike's Alaska. I'll talk about the wheel in a quick second. I'm just going to... pardon me, I'm going to get She Stole My Thunder on the screen right now, and then I'll do some more introductions, and then I'll talk about exactly how the wheel and the screen work. They're open to everyone, even though She Stole My Thunder and my Flock Drop Super Chats at the beginning of the stream. They'll be put up first, but then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And the instructions for everything are in our video description. Forgive me, it's been a while since I've even read it, since like January. I think it explains for the most part, but it's good for me to go over it. As well, Bella's Whisper Farmstead is in the house. That's a channel I'm still getting to know. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness as well. These are both fairly new channels. Monica Lynn Alaska My Heart's been with us a few months now. Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook is with us just about every single day. So thank you everybody for being here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Home Bartending with John's in the house. He's a silver member, like She Stole My Thunder actually. Pardon me, She Stole My Thunder, who's on the screen right now, is a gold member, which means we see her link dropped every single day. Occasionally by Nightbot, and then her and somebody like Home Bartending with John, who's a silver member, have their channels seen in the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream during the breaks. So, thank you, everybody. And when I talk about the idea of the wheel, right, we have a fun name for it. It's called the Wheel of Doom, but that was put in place about 3 years ago from one of our longtime friends. It's just a fun name for something to be a little bit silly here, but what the wheel does is I always put members onto the wheel right away as soon as I see them in the chat. I got a couple things to adjust the wheel. We can wipe out some names in a little while and things like that. But after a long period of time, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We expect to be here for about 3 hours, and I got a chatbot in the background that helps keep track of all that. I use Streamlabs now for that. It keeps great statistics. So it's not just simply being active in the chat. It's about truly having conversation and engaging with other creators. So my suggestion, because I know we've got a few newer channels in the chat today, is the best success here in Superchat comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them first with all the things you want them to do for you. We all live here with generosity at the forefront of our mind, knowing that when we do much more than we expect from others, it comes back. You'll hear that in the stories that I'll tell about the channels on the screen today. As well, when we look at the idea of how to connect. So you want to start with a conversation. You can reach out to anybody at all. My suggestion is to just take your time, meet people one by one. You can probably meet anywhere from 8 to 10 creators per hour here for the time you have to spend. Any faster than that is too fast. YouTube will take your subscribers away afterwards, almost certainly. But when we connect, we start with a hello, how you doing? And then when you let somebody know you want to connect with them, you head to their channel, watch a full video of at least 3 minutes. Very important that we watch the whole thing from beginning to end. Very important that it's at least 3 minutes in length. You leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video while you watch. And I recommend 3 or 4 sentences so that it really gets noticed and is easy to find. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell on like we do for all creators. Then come back into the chat here. Let them know that you've connected, and then they'll turn around and do the same thing for you shortly. So she stole my thunder. Somebody who's been at this a long, long time. I think she's a friend of about 3 years, as a matter of fact, and a member of almost 2 now. She reviews books, art, and movies on her channel. She comes from Montreal and is working on 1,800 subscribers right now. She does a bit more on her channel as well. Lately, she's been doing these horoscope videos. I'm having trouble keeping up, so I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. I thought I put one yesterday. Maybe I didn't get through my catch-up list from the last stream, so forgive me, everybody. Friday's a really tight day for me. But I'll get to all of them and whatever we add today before we're back on Tuesday. Shorts on this channel bring some more variety, and this creator's gotten into several hundred views on many of these. They'll likely continue to grow as they post more and more, and then we see more books, art, and movie reviews, but this creator might also be reading or giving us tutorials when it comes to a free program and app called Canva that a lot of people are using for thumbnails and banners. So this is a creator who wants to help, inspire, and motivate in many different ways. She has been a dear friend and an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in Tuber Chat for as long as I can remember, because like I said, it's long beyond 3 years now. So thank you again. She stole my thunder for a super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. I know we've got a couple more channels in the chat. I'm going to say hello in a second. My flock is going to be added up onto the screen in a quick second here. They've got an interesting name with a special character there. It can be tough to find, so I'll put that handle in the chat. Anybody can get to that. MyFlock000 is how you'll get to them. Now, I know that JLA Member is in the house. That's a creator named Jim that we've known for a long time. He's got 2 other channels. He's been on YouTube for what I believe he said was close to 17 years. Yesterday, he's been giving us a lot of help hanging out in the music channel, actually, with a 3rd channel that he started called The 70s Culture, which is here with us frequently. We know him as Now It's Dark, and that is another channel that's been with us for as long as I can remember. It's got to be a couple of years now. I could be mistaken, of course. JLA Member is a new channel that I just found out about from this creator yesterday, and it's Jim's birthday today. So I hope everybody will wish a happy birthday to JLA Member in the chat and connect with them if you haven't already. I forget the subscriber count on the channel, but they have tens of thousands of subscribers. So obviously a very influential creator as well, and somebody you'll want to be connected to. And there's Now It's Dark, one of their other 2 channels, and thank you very much. I was wondering, I literally did not forget that it was your birthday. I checked to see if you were going to stream. If you're going to do a stream, feel free to say so in the chat now so that we know, and especially so that I know, because I was curious. He was on a 50-50 as to whether he was going to do a stream today. We're going to talk about my flock that's on the screen right now in a quick second, and I'm not sure if Jessie Miller will have a moment to come in today, but she's also celebrating a birthday. She's another dear friend, probably of about 3 years, and I wish for everybody to give her a happy birthday as well. We got a lot of incredibly supportive creators that are here with us regularly, but of course I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I'm not sure if KO's Retro Gaming is still in the house. They were here at the beginning of the stream to drop a thumbs up. I think Wayne's World Unlimited came in for a second as well. And Oh, pardon me. Angie Reviews, it's good to have you in the house. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So 49 more is just mentioning to Monica Lynn, Alaska My Heart, that they just left a package. So what that means, we say a lot of silly things here in the chat and have for a long time. Growth streams, like what this essentially is here in Tuber Chat, were much more popular many years ago. There are some quality streams left. There's actually still lots of them out there. Some of my friends now run, like some of them they have for a long, long time. Most of you know James Gype, and some of you remember Happy Lux, and you know Geo does a lot of connecting with the original members of the Drop the Link Day crew and things like that. When we connect in streams like this, we want to make sure that everybody understands we're here connecting with each other for the purpose of supporting each other over the long term. We intend on becoming friends and staying friends for years into the future, as opposed to just subscribing to each other's channels, which is very much against YouTube's guidelines in terms of service, so we have to be careful. On that note, we say a lot of silly things like, hey, I'm going to visit your house and leave you a package, which basically means I'm going to your channel and leaving you a comment on a video that I'm going to watch right now. And sometimes you'll have people say, I'm going to bake with you, I'm going to dance with you, I'm going to visit you, you know, and other silly things as well. And these things have evolved over the years. But we typically do that as opposed to saying, like, you know, I'm going to subscribe to your channel, because we're here for much, much more than that. I am Betty J. Gathers. Good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel. Venom for Life, thank you. I know you've been making frequent appearances, and I do appreciate every moment, every second, literally. Venom for Life's been a long-time friend. Butler Family Farm, I hope I said hello. I put you on the wheel a long time ago. Just Chasing Keto and more, of course, is here with us every day as well. Wheats Art, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Forgive me for not saying hello earlier. I did see you there. I did a little Easter egg there from Izzy Pop, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Izzy Pop has dropped super chats and things like that many times before. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. For that reason, we'll put their channel up on the screen next, right after my flock, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. You'll notice those pre-recorded little sentences that I have there will look pretty glitchy today because my office behind me is a work in progress. But if you'll bear with me, the reason why I do that is because I tend to say a lot of the same things 5 to 10 times per stream, and it can save my voice a little bit if I do that, which, as you can hear, I need to do. And then, pardon me, Tales Told in the Dark is here. That's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond, My Alabama Farm Life. Good to see you here as well. Blue House Travels Travel Services is here. That's Social Couplepreneur with a second channel. It's good to see you in the house. They're longtime dear friends and over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here. And that's okay, Butler Family Farm. I was just making sure I said hello. I'd rather make the mistake of doing something twice than not doing it. They're here every day. Jerry's usually here. Susan's close by. Rock Chick Beauty, good to see you in the house. And Pendar, good to have you in the house as well. I think it was the first time, Pendar, that I saw you on a live stream and actually talking the other day, because most people know I tend to be working on a computer. Sometimes I'm able to just like be in a live stream if somebody's got one going on, be in the chat and kind of engage with everybody, but often I'm in for about 15 minutes. I'm working on the computer. I let the stream run and kind of lurk, but I was happy to see Pendar in quite a conversation the other day. And then yeah, thank you, Angie Reviews. It does take a minute to get to know the stream and to get to know exactly how we're connecting. But hopefully as you watch, you'll also hear the stories that I tell about the channels on the screen and what I've learned about them over a period of time. And then you'll understand more than anything else about how we all support each other. The idea behind all of this is as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine, and you'll see that very quickly. Cabaret Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in there. Remember, I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. My flock is here, and an incredibly supportive channel. I actually see them out supporting others all the time. They got a premiere coming up today, so we know there'll be fresh content on their channel right after Tuber Chat. I'm behind with their videos. I'm just going to grab the latest one that they've put out. I haven't seen this game, Commander Keen, but I love games like this. I am a huge Super Mario kind of fan, because that was, I was around for Atari, but Nintendo really took the cake when that came around. And then my flock as well, let's have a look at what they're doing in their shorts videos. They've got 2,400 here, 5,900 here. This guy I've seen a million times on like TikTok videos reacting and stuff. And then live streams, I see that you've got a couple of these set up, and we'll be looking forward to those right after the changeover into April, but they usually have engaging conversation. You can see StreamYard panels here, and they're live frequently. Obviously, my flock has been a longtime friend, so I hope everybody will connect with them. And then, I must have never seen it, Wheat's Art, Secret of the Oracle #4. I'm going to have to keep my eye out for those. But did I grab that video or no? Let me go back here. Yeah, that's the video I grabbed to watch, so I'm going to make a point to have a look at this, because that looks really, really cool. And then, thank you again, my flock, for a super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. Thank you again. She Stole My Thunder. Izzy Pop is up next for the same reason. Xbox Quackers is coming up as well. My dear friend, Two Pineapples, is here. They're just lurking in the background. They've been a longtime friend. And they are reminding me that we have got some exciting stuff coming up in another month or so, right after episode 700 of Tuber Chat, which is going to fall right around the same time as our 4-year anniversary, which is at the end of next month. So exciting stuff 2 weeks from now, exciting stuff 4 weeks from now, and right after that we're going to expand the content here on the Tuber Chat channel as well. Rock Chick Beauty from the UK is here, and Jennifer Ocean Homestead, we know you're in the background, but thanks for waiting out that 20 minutes. We'll look forward to seeing you in the chat. I know it can seem weird to have to wait so long to get into a live stream, but I promise you those features really help to keep a nice, clean, tight chat like you'll see we have here. Silver Assassin, Metal Detecting, good to have you in the house. And if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Cruise Nuts, good to see you here. And then Izzy Pop is up on the screen. They're monetized, of course. They got 1,500 subscribers now, and they've already long surpassed that, which is great. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther. They've got a premiere, is this right? Or a live stream? I believe this is a live stream, yeah. So they're going to be live any second now, actually. And we know then that there'll be fresh content on the channel when we are finished with Tuber Chat, probably in another 2.5 hours. Now, Izzy Pop is a longtime dear friend. They have a spectacular, outstanding looking avatar banner and, of course, thumbnails to match on their channel. They let us know on the About page that they plan to bring us pure variety in diverse content. Lately, they've been doing a lot of music with interesting animations. They got some shorts on the channel, which bring variety like most creators. 1,300, 1,600 views. One of them over 13,000, which is great to see as well. And then when we get into live streams, they've got one. There they are. They just went live, and they're live, pardon me, just about every day. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I know you will enjoy the support that comes back from them. Thank you again, Easy Pop, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that kind of thing. And Roadkill Gaming Jory, not sure if I said hello, but I do have you on the wheel. We are going to go on a break for 3.5 minutes right now. When we get back, we're going to look at Xbox Quackers. And If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Thank you, Pete. I can't believe I did that. We're looking at Xbox Quackers right now. Thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Xbox Quackers is now 21 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. Now, I didn't realize you were a former Ubisoft developer as well. That's interesting. Very much so to me. This channel is somebody who also apparently streams on Twitch, if I understood right. They've been putting more content on YouTube lately. I'm just going to take one of these latest videos. They've got quite a few different games here, and they brought over a lot of their content from Twitch. So they've got some shorts here. These have gotten into hundreds of views now, which is great to see. Gaming channels can obviously do really well with that stuff because the shorts are in line with their typical long-form content. So, Xbox Quackers, I've taken your latest videos. Well, I've put that in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with you. And then, yeah, Xbox Series X streamer. And then they've got some random clips, glitches, Easter eggs, and some Twitch streams that they're uploading. So I'm looking forward to getting to know more about the creator. That's interesting, yeah, from Ubisoft. Wow, just because I happen to be working on the next project now, which has to do with mobile games. I put a couple of the worst games you've ever seen on the App Store a long time ago. Most of those don't even work anymore, but they were just reskins. But I aspire to have a collection of quality mobile games shortly. We're working on them slowly. But that is a side note. So thank you for that, Xbox Quackers, and thank you for another super chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then, yeah, thank you, NG Reviews. By all means, I appreciate every moment anybody can spend here at all. And then it's always a great idea to get to know how everybody's connecting. Like I said, you'll hear the stories that I tell about channels while we're here. It's time for me to spin the wheel, by the way, and we'll see who's coming up next. Together We Travel. Good to see you here. Not sure if I said hello a moment ago. And I'm not sure if Foxy's Friends is still listening. I think they were here before we started, but I don't have them on the wheel. I didn't see them. I'm not sure if they're still in the house. But I noticed they were talking about swapping playlists as well, and we talk about it all the time. But we're aggressively working on watch hours on our copyright-free music channel as well. So if anybody is willing to swap playlists, please, by all means, go ahead and do that with each other. And if you would like to do the same with me, because myself and most of our moderators will always do it, even though, you know, it could be a benefit on monetized channels as well. But I'm aggressively looking for people, again, to swap playlists with, and am happy to run. I can run playlists of any size, obviously, with many accounts and things like that. So if you would like to reach out, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well, and easy to find. And then Rem's family is just asking to give up their spot for Jennifer Ocean Homestead, which is brand new in the chat. So I am going to do that. We'll talk about Rem's family just for a quick second, because they were our featured channel from yesterday. If that channel's still here. I'm not sure if they're still here, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Just please let me know if you're still in the house. See if I can... I'm not sure if they are. Jevin Richardson, I'm not sure if I said hello, and I am Metalist1. Good to have you here also. Rem's family, by the way, is a longtime friend and another fellow Canadian from New Brunswick. This channel is monetized, obviously. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a brand new video here from a few days ago. Forgive me, I might have put some of these in my catch-up list. I did. I guess I didn't run the list or watch the list since the last stream. So pardon me for that. Friday's a tight day. We streamed late on Thursday and early today, but I'll get to everything we're adding today before the next stream on Tuesday. And Rem's family is going to talk to us about saving money on food more than anything else. They talk gardening, farming, hunting, fishing, and foraging in northern New Brunswick. And then shorts on this channel have also gotten into 10,000 views and beyond. And then live streams on the channel are frequent. Pardon me, they just did one yesterday, so I'm sorry I missed that. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. Seems that they're on at least once a week. And let me just see if I can catch that channel again. Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I'll put it up quickly. I don't think they're here. But we're always up for helping somebody out. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put their notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Pardon me, and then we're looking at AceFlaw1. Now, the creator behind this channel is Andy. This is somebody who's been a friend of mine for about 4 years. I was already on YouTube for a couple of years before starting Superchat as another channel. And one of the first creators that I met in the small YouTuber community was Andy from AceFlaw1. It's interesting to see some of these friends have been with us this long, literally from the beginning, and after 693 episodes of Superchat, continues to come in just about every day lately again to support other creators. So, AceFlaw1 is going to bring us travel content more than anything else. And now well over 4,000 subscribers, on the way towards 5. This creator posts occasionally, but they've also got some shorts on their channel, and these have now started to cross over 1,000 views, one of them at 1,500, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect. Oh, and then forgive me, Jennifer, if that's the case. I thought you were in the chat, but I might have been mistaken. But we're happy to have had a quick look at your channel. And then Cats for Nelson, good to see you in the house for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome also. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. When we think about the idea of cat channels, I'm not sure if we have any that are specifically cats, but we do have a lot of cat lovers. And as a matter of fact, a couple of actual cats have made cameo appearances here in the Superchat live streams. But we'll be looking forward to getting to know your channel as well. And as I spin the wheel, we're going to see that Pendar is coming up. This is somebody who brings music, and I was happy because, like I said, I think I caught them mid-conversation in a live stream the other day. I see them out supporting others all the time, but I was pleasantly surprised to see that. So Pendar is here. Like I said, they're out supporting others constantly. They're working on 1,700 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. Pardon me just for 1 second here. I see that Joey's Vlogs is here as well. So hopefully you're feeling welcome. Joey's Vlogs, hopefully you're feeling welcome also. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Now, Pendar lets us know they love creating music. And they want to bring us music and karaoke on Saturdays, as a matter of fact. So they also love gaming, and they bring that, and then they mention art in their banner as well. I'm going to take their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. They got some shorts on their channel, and these seem to bring pure variety, like most creators, getting into 1,500, even 2,300 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see, yes, they got a live stream coming up today. So that will be probably, yes, music and karaoke, 7 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully everybody will join Pendar for that. We always set notifications for everything we see, like these premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Cats for Nelson, thank you so much for that membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel onto our wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but the wheel and the screen are open to everyone, and after a long period of time, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, and we expect to be here for another 2 hours or so. Ron's Keto Cafe is also a member. I've got them on the wheel. And we're looking at Just Jason Keto and more. This is a creator that wants to help us with healthy eating, healthy living. He mentions the idea that he wants everybody to keep on thriving, and the idea behind that is if you started today, imagine where you could be this time next year. He wants to talk to us about a keto-based diet or lifestyle and has a community of helpful and influential, motivating and inspiring friends that will engage both whether he's live, whether he's dropping a video, and if you can catch him for a live chat in one of those streams or premieres as well. So he's got a brand new video. He's got tons of recipes on his channel. Forgive me, I put that in my catch-up list, but I haven't run it yet. This is an example of something that I talk about with his channel all the time. So Just Jason Keto and More is very well known for these chaffles. You'll see a lot of these lately, especially over Christmas. He did a series of 12. But right now is a great rollover here because you get to see the thing that I talk about with his recipes all the time. He's got only a few ingredients, so the recipes are extremely easy to follow, easy to make, and most people probably have most of the ingredients that he talks about already in the house. And chaffles are very easy to make. He shows you how to do it with a waffle or chaffle maker. And that's just one tiny aspect of the channel. Even though he's got an abundant number of videos, he does a lot of other recipes. He's got a lot of product reviews where he can help us make sense of some of the ingredients that we're going to find in some of the products that are out there marketed towards keto-based diets and lifestyles. He's got a lot of guests on the channel. Those are both in videos and live streams. They share their life experiences, their tips, tricks, trials, tribulations, and that can be very engaging along with the community that joins in the chat. Then he heads out literally hundreds of miles away to bring us informative content from places like Keto Palooza, and he's expecting to be back there this year again. There's a little bit more variety on the channel. Sometimes he'll take us out for an adventure or an unboxing video, and then shorts on the channel bring a little bit of a hint here because he's actually got a lot of healthy looking grilling type shorts that have done extremely well, getting into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views, one over 22,000, which I've seen and happens to be very entertaining. And then on Thursday night, he just celebrated his 2,000 subscriber giveaway, even though he's already at almost, he's already almost at 2,400, but he put out that live stream and did another giveaway, which he's already been known for. And Just Jason Keto and More here in the Tuber Chat family is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Somebody who I've had the pleasure of meeting in person just over a month ago, and hopefully again soon. Again, he's got a lot of guests on the channel. These can be in videos or live streams, but even when Jason is alone and letting us know either about him or giving us a chance to get to know him and talking keto, he's got an engaging audience that, like I said, is also motivating and inspiring. The Newman's Maniac, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Another fellow Canadian, let me get them onto our wheel and I'll spin. And we'll see who's coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. We got Lisa J. Stocks up onto the screen now. She is one of a big handful of financial channels that are going to help us not only with the technical aspects of investing, but beginner fundamentals and the ideas behind finding the money that we need to save and therefore invest. Now, Lisa J. Stocks does talk those technical details like dollar cost averaging, compound interest, dividends, and she's very forthcoming about her own portfolio, and she brings guests onto the channel as well for a lot of live streams. She's got one coming up tomorrow. I got the notification on for that, where they talk about their own portfolios and how they handle the different aspects of investing. And they teach, of course, the ideas behind all of the different asset classes and asset allocation as well, which is always important. So, Lisa J. Stocks working on 2,800 subscribers right now. They post frequently. They're putting out all kinds of content. And shorts on the channel have gotten now into 5,000, even 7,000 views and beyond. The live streams are frequent. And I'm always excited when I talk about financial channels being here in the Tuber Chat family. Lisa J. Stocks is incredibly supportive. She's here with us just about every single day. She supports on all of my channels, and I see her out supporting other creators constantly as well. But the idea behind my excitement more than anything else about her content is the idea that here in the Tuber Chat family, my bet is that about 99% of us have monetization on our minds. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come in through that monetization? And that's what Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with. There is Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Good to see you in the house. Yes, Nightbot and I go way back, actually. We've butted heads many times, Jennifer, but it's good to have you in the chat. I'm glad we got a chance to look at your channel. I added a couple of sections onto the wheel during our first break. I forgot to mention it today, but those of you who are here every day or frequently know what I'm talking about. I added a section called Add a Name. When that comes up, I'm going to grab a name from the chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. That allows me to add a newer channel sooner than I otherwise would have, because it can take a very long time here. The other section that I added to the wheel, which just came up, is our Clear the Wheel section. And what that means is that we're going to go for another break of 3.5 minutes right now. I'm going to wipe all of the names off of the wheel, and then I'm going to reload with any of the members that are here, so please be active. Same goes for moderators. And then that speeds things up for us as well, so hopefully it won't be much more than another half hour to 45 minutes, hopefully, before we start adding names to the wheel from our chat list. Again, The Winning Walk with Christina, good to see you here. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Canadian Family Life. The birthday girl is in the house. Jesse Miller unboxings and more. Thank you so much for coming in. Pardon me. The birthday girl is in the house. Jesse Miller unboxings and more. I wasn't sure if she was going to have a chance to come in. So thank you for making the time, especially when you're celebrating your birthday today. And I'm not sure if Jim is still in the house from Now It's Dark or JLA Member or the 70s Culture. He's got 3 channels. It's his birthday today as well. He is a 17-year veteran of YouTube, if I'm right, and has been a friend who's supporting more and more, especially lately. Both of these creators are celebrating birthdays. They're both incredibly supportive. So I hope you'll wish them a happy birthday and then connect with them as well if you haven't already. Rock Chick Beauty dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And she's done that countless times. We're going to get her channel up on the screen next, right before we start spinning the wheel again. Dutchfly61 is in the house, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And yeah, March is a big month, it seems. Fairbrick Studio, I'm going to get you back onto the wheel. For any of our members that are still listening or lurking, please just be active in the chat. I'll get you back onto the wheel. I wiped the wheel out a few minutes ago. And Canadian Family Life's up on the screen right now. And yeah, Angie reviews live streams can be very helpful for watch hours and swapping playlists with other creators as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we talk about Canadian Family Life, we see that this is another fellow Canadian from New Brunswick. And this is somebody who inspired her husband to start a channel as well. So we get to know the family together on Canadian Family Life, and then we get a complimentary channel. One of the biggest, or the biggest complaint that I've gotten on YouTube in the last 6.5 to almost 7 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support us when we can find people online willing to do it easily? And I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members that are supporting each other wholeheartedly, in this case a married couple. So we'll look at Chris's Creation Fun, which is Canadian Family Life's husband's channel, in a moment. But right now what we're looking at is a channel that brings us cooking, daily life, family fun, gardening, grocery hauls, happy mail, shout outs, and much more. They did a great job on their trailer the other day. Just 2 weeks ago they put out a brand new trailer, which I thought was fantastic. It's exactly what it should be. Something I might use as an example. And then when we look at their latest video from a few days ago, I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. Forgive me, I've got it from the other day. I just haven't run the list yet, but I will. And Canadian Family Life's an incredibly supportive creator. One of the 2 first channels that we know of monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. So they got super chats and memberships available when we get there. And then when we that's funny, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Yes, and I understand that as well. I was shocked at how many people from my other social platforms, not that they were ever huge or anything, but I got 1,000 Facebook friends and this and that. They do not come to YouTube. It's been rare. I would be shocked if more than a couple of handfuls of friends have seen anything I've done in 7 years. So all that goes to say, it's not that I want to whine and complain about it. We do just fine here. We have tons of support, and I'm grateful for all the support that we do have. But I don't want anybody to get too hung up on the idea of why isn't my Facebook people coming over, and why aren't my Instagram people coming, and I make all these TikTok videos and they don't care about my YouTube. It's not necessarily that. It's just people like their platforms. Everybody's got their life to deal with, and we're in it, right? As creators, we're very much personally invested in YouTube. So it becomes a bigger part of our thoughts and our life and everything else. And I promise you, there's enough generous support out there. We use the word family here all the time because the way that people support each other here truly does feel like family. They miss you when you're gone. They take real interest in your content. Lots of people will give you inspiring and motivating ideas and advice as well. And then Canadian Family Life also. Like I said, that's what makes it that much more extra special when we do have in real life friends and family members supporting each other. Globies Travels, I'm going to put you on the wheel right now. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Rock Chick Beauty's coming up next. And when we look at the shorts on Canadian Family Life, we see that these have gotten into 2,500 views and beyond on a few of them, and one over 5,500, which is great to see. And then live streams are occasional on this channel, but Tiffany's been on either herself or with her family. She's also been featured on tons of other channels. I've run into her. You'll probably recognize her easily because we'll see her in thumbnails from so many other channels today because she collaborates with others. So let's look at Chris's Creation Fun. This creator started with 3D printing and now has gotten into some do-it-yourself videos talking about some solar equipment along with the 3D printer. Being able to repair these things is a wonderful idea as well. Chris's Creation Fun is working on the first 100 subscribers at 85 right now. And then when we look at videos, we see they've been posting a few over the last couple of weeks, and then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. And there you go. Yes, family by choice rather than by birth. I might steal that line. That's Cake No Eat Meat Day with cherry on top and more, who's a longtime friend, as a matter of fact. And then let's spin the wheel. Well, let's, pardon me, we're not going to spin the wheel just yet. We'll spin the wheel in a second. Rock Chick Beauty is coming up right now. She dropped a super chat. That kind of extra generous support is absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. Rock Chick Beauty's actually been a friend of about 3.5 years now, and she's done that kind of thing countless times before. So thank you again, Oriane from Rock Chick Beauty. Now, about 3 years ago, she reset and restarted her channel. The idea is, could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? And you'll see from the presentation on her channel that she's done just that. Every thumbnail gets a different look, but a professional looking thumbnail with bright, bold headshots to make her recognizable. This creator's working on 1,300 subscribers, and hopefully we can push them a little bit closer to that milestone today. They typically start with beauty, unboxing videos. They talk all things alternative and now have gotten into sponsored videos as well. When we get into shorts on the channel, we see that Oriane's gotten into 1,800, 2,800 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's on occasionally, usually about once a month. So hopefully we'll catch her the next time. We always put notifications on for everything we see, like live streams and premieres, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can. M&T Living and Cooking, forgive me, I had you on the wheel in the beginning, but I wiped the wheel off a little while ago. I'll put you back on right now, and you can take I Am Betty J. Gather's spot. As a matter of fact, if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The next creator we're looking at is I Am Betty J. Gathers, and this is somebody who is probably responsible for us gaining hundreds of thumbs up on our live streams here because of her energetic and friendly reminders. I Am Betty J. Gathers is somebody who wants to motivate and inspire others. She talks a lot about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting, and does a lot of vlogging lately as well. She gives us a wonderful chance to look into her life, get to know her by taking us about her day. I'm just going to grab the latest video here. I put this in my catch-up list the other day, but I haven't run it yet, so forgive me for that, but I will get everything run before Tuesday, or watched if I'm lucky. And then as well, I Am Betty J. Gathers does a lot of live streaming. Now, often she starts with the idea that she's living her best life over 60, but this creator's content can relate to anybody, in my opinion, and we never know where the conversation's going to go once it starts. She is often collaborating with others as well, and monetize. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's got a live stream coming up in a few days, and then she's got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into almost 9,000 and over 10,000 views, which is great to see. You see lots of them here, literally featuring this dynamic creator. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J Gather. She's been another dear friend for what I think is 3 years now, working on 1,800 subscribers. So hopefully we'll get her a little bit closer, and we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So next up is M&T Living and Cooking. So look at that luck. I had taken you off the wheel when I wiped it all out a while ago. Just added you back and you came up right away. Design with Emma's also in the house. And we always put members on the wheel right away as soon as we see them in the chat. After another little while, I'm guessing half an hour or so, we'll start adding some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I've got Design with Emma on the wheel now. And when we look at M&T Living and Cooking, we're going to see a dynamic couple of creators actually, and they do quite a bit in variety, but they've got a lot of delicious looking content on the channel. I'm going to take this latest video with a ribeye roast. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. And when we look through their content, you'll see a lot of these delicious looking videos, but they also take us out for a lot of adventure. They bring us a little more variety. They let us know they're in Florida, and they bring us fishing, RC cars, Royal Caribbean cruises, taste testing reviews, and other family adventures, along with the cooking we see from this couple of creators. Then we've got shorts here. Many of these have got well over 5,000 views, which is great to see, and one over 20,000 and one now newer one over 50,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are occasional, but they seem to be on almost once a week, sometimes more often, so we'll be looking forward to another one. They were just on a couple of days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you the next time. I've got the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Next up is a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. So Dutchfly61 is a sky watching channel, and when we look at what they've got going on, they bring videos occasionally. They've actually been a little more frequent lately, which is great to see, and you'll find a lot of different interesting things in the sky on this channel, of course. They've been a friend of a long time. I've lost track how long this is. It could be a couple of years now. 1,400 subscribers is going to be their next milestone. They come to us from the Netherlands. They have shorts on the channel as well. The first one they ever put out is this one here at 4,300 views, and it still gets views today, and then they're starting to step things up, bringing us quite a few more, and they got a few over 1,000 now. So hopefully everybody will connect with Dutchfly61. They've been a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then we will spin the wheel one more time. So we're starting to move a little bit faster. That typically happens during the course of the stream. We expect to be here for another hour and a half or so. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is going to come up right now. Now, this creator's celebrating a birthday today, so I don't know how long she has to spend in the chat. She might have just popped in to say hello. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is another friend of about 3 years. She has been more and more supportive over the years, as a matter of fact. She gave us a real good chance to get to know her. She went over the start of her channel, as well as what she's got planned, some of the collaborations that have been going on. I just am taking one of your latest videos, putting that in my catch-up list. That's the one I missed from, was it yesterday? Yeah, Friday's a really tough day for me, so pardon me for that. I knew she had a big premiere coming up. This is a collaboration with 26 channels, if you could believe it, which is great to see. If you've ever tried to get two people to agree on anything, you know how difficult collaborating with 26 must be. But we got a few creators who do this eloquently, and Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is somebody who's another dynamic creator. She brings us shorts that feature a lot of the items that come in the monthly subscription boxes that she typically reviews on her channel, of all different types. It could be stationery, it could be jewelry, it could be makeup, it could be snacks and other things. And then live streams are occasional, but on Thursday she did a pre-birthday stream, and she did really well in there. A busy live stream, but she did a great job of keeping up with the chat as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with this incredibly supportive creator. Thank you, Jessie Miller Unboxings and More, for a super chat as well, especially considering it's your birthday. But thank you for that, and hopefully everybody will wish her a happy birthday if you haven't already. And she's somebody who supports all of my channels. She's giving us an abundant amount of support on our copyright-free music channel today as well, or these days is what I mean to say. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get to Cabarar Gaming, another friend of 3 years. Now, we got friendships that go on here in Superchat anywhere from up to almost 4 years ago, some beyond, and everywhere in between. And I lose track, actually, of a lot of different lengths of time that have gone on in some of the friendships I've had with creators through the Superchat family here. But hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that there are people who are so supportive for such a long period of time and continue to be today. You can see the future and know that that's in store for you as well. Alive with the Ferris wheel in my lovely town. It's funny, Danforth Avenue Wellness is the channel that says in their channel name, Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry on Top and More. So they're a fellow Canadian, but they happen to know that I live in Niagara Falls, Canada, where we have a Ferris wheel that is probably one of the largest in the world. It's called the Niagara Sky Wheel. Scratch and PPA reminded me how high that thing was the other day, and I can't remember. I keep saying something like 117 or 127 feet high, and I forget every time, so forgive me that, because he just told us again a week ago. But that Ferris wheel is unbelievable. But I did do a live stream on that Ferris wheel. I'm almost certain of it. Yeah, Kristen and I went. I forget if anybody was with us. Her daughter might have been with us, or somebody else. And yeah, those kind of things can be quite engaging. I'm hoping to get out next week and film the solar eclipse, because Niagara Falls, Canada is going to be one of the best viewing areas. They're expecting 1 million people to pile into that area all during that 24-hour period. But I can't be sure. Bronze Flat Power God, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Design with Emma, thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. And for that reason, I'm going to put your channel up next before we start spinning the wheel again. And Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry on Top and More has been on that Ferris wheel many times as well. Oh, thank you, Scratch and PPA. 175 feet, so I'm very wrong when I say 127. I'm going to try to remember this. It's 107 feet high, 175 feet high. The Niagara Sky Wheel is 175 feet high. I'm going to try to remember that. That trick of like repeating things, like people's names and things, I promise you, and in my opinion, for me, it seems to work. And then, yeah, the solar eclipse, I hope I can get it. I think I will. But I just can't be certain. I found out that I might have outdoor work that day, and if that's the case, I won't be able to be around for that. Design with Them is coming up next. We're looking at Cabarar Gaming. This is a longtime dear friend with 2 channels now. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Working on 2,900 subscribers, and they bring all kinds of different popular video games into their video shorts and live streams. They post almost every day. Lengthy videos lately, as a matter of fact. And When we look at their shorts videos, we see that they've gotten into 45,000 and 61,000 views on a couple of these. So some of them are doing really, really well. Live streams as well. They're on frequently. They were just on before Superchat. And they mix up the gameplay here as well. They're always engaging and always exciting while they're playing. They will give you a warm welcome. Cabrar Vlogs and Adventures is the second channel from this creator. They're working on watch hours now, so you can reach out to them for that. They bring us tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials, along with now vlogging and other ideas from the same creator behind Cabrar Gaming, who's a longtime dear friend to all of us here. As well, shorts on the channel have started to get into over 700 views and beyond. And then live streams, like I said, they're working on some watch hours, so you can reach out to them for that. And then, Just Jason Keto and More. Yeah, you'll have your camera with you. Just Jason Keto and More might actually be able to catch a good shot, too, because he's not too far from the area. And then ham, egg, and cheddar cheese omelet with hash browns. Interesting, the Numismaniac. I actually had a Western sandwich right before Tuber Chat today. I don't have them all the time, but I do sometimes. So similar, right? And then Jennifer Ocean Homestead won't be going 100 feet in the air. Jeremy D-Day is another friend of over 4 years. Thank you for being here. Let's get Design with Emma up on the screen. They just dropped a super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. They've done that kind of thing before. And for that reason, we'll put their channel up now. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. It's not going to be long before I start adding names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And then, yes, absolutely. Thank you, Cake No Eat Meat Day. If you have a birthday coming up, I try to, pardon me, I try to make it for everybody's special celebrations, right? I try to be in lots of live streams and premieres. Most people know I'm supporting over 5,000 channels now, so it's impossible to catch everybody. But if you have a special occasion coming up, like especially your monetization celebration, I try to be in everyone's, and I try never to miss those. Even if I'm out, I have to do it on a phone, something like that, I try to always be there. But even a birthday, sometimes people celebrate their anniversaries on YouTube or monetization anniversaries and all kinds of other stuff. Just please let me know. Always make the chance, or I'll always make the effort to be there if I can. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Design with Emma is working on 2,300 subscribers right now. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos they've put in their featured position here. I'll put that in my catch-up list. And then we see that this creator is bringing us not only interior design ideas and aspects, but also they take us literally shopping to show us where to get some of the things that we might consider for our interior decorating. They talk to us about how to find the right kinds of things. And when we get into shorts, we see a bit of variety like most creators. So they've gotten into 22,000 and 32,000 views on a couple of these, which is great. And they're live frequently. So you can see they're on just about once a week. Hopefully they'll be on again shortly. They did one a couple of days ago. And we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And Butler Family Farm is coming up next. We're going to go for another break a few minutes early here. So we're going to be back in 3.5 minutes. All right,
right back
already. I started doing something new a couple of streams ago where I pre-record a few segments just to save my voice a little bit and extend that break by another 30 seconds. And when I switch the scenes back and forth, I'll show you I'm using Streamlabs desktop for this. And eventually I'll go through tutorials about how to do this stuff. But I haven't been able to find a way to stop the stuff from repeating itself when I come back into the stream. So pardon me for that. I can't help but shake my head. I promise you, when I make mistakes, which is as much as anybody or more, I get really mad at myself for that. You know, we can be really hard on ourselves when it comes to that stuff, and I promise you I get really, really upset. I think that's something that's drilled into us from, you know, our school days and things like that. School is designed for do as I say, don't make mistakes kind of thing. And forgive me, I won't get into a rant here about school and all that. It's just that you see young children in kindergarten and you know, first, second, third grade, and they're all excited about everything, and they got their hand up for everything the teacher says and all this stuff. And over time, school just beats you up, and by the time you get to high school, nobody wants to put their hand up for anything because they don't want the ridicule and things like that. So we have to try not to be too hard on ourselves when we make mistakes. This is why I share these ideas all the time, because I promise you I really do make mistakes as much as anybody. Even after 7 years on YouTube, you'll see in my latest couple of videos, if you were to watch, anybody who's been watching for a while or who really knows how the editing software and stuff works will be like, look at this guy making mistakes still. And the truth is, it doesn't matter. In an example, I recently unboxed a phone and said I was going to put the phone in the case, and then I never actually put the phone in the case. Truth is, probably nobody even noticed. It doesn't affect how many people watch the video or for how long, so it doesn't matter. Although we'd like to improve. I don't want to encourage people to make mistakes, but you know what I mean. So, let's look at Butler Family Farm in a quick second here. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So, when we look at Butler Family Farm, there's Jerry and Susan right there in a suggested video for me. What I'm going to do is grab one of their latest videos. This is something they've been talking about lately. They were actually doing this while we were streaming the last stream, I think. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. Now, these creators let us know everything about their 116-acre farm on their About page, but there is a lot of different aspects to their content, far exceeding what we typically see from homesteading channels. Although they bring us a lot of homesteading content within the mix of their farming and other things. So they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as cats and dogs. They expect bees to be around there again soon. And they give us all the different aspects of their life looking after this 116-acre property. Not to mention Jerry working in the shop. They both head into the kitchen to bring us homesteading type content there, as well as they've got merch, they've got new graphics. That avatar, that beautiful avatar, is brand new. They let us know that was done by Devil Dog, who's another friend of us here in the Superchat family who comes in occasionally, but an incredibly supportive creator that I run into all the time. Now, Butler Family Farm's doing merch. They got stickers. They are growing rapidly, so they're working on 3,800 subscribers now, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got some shorts that have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, even 25,000 views. And then live streams are where some more magic happens on this channel. They're often introducing us to other channels in StreamYard panels like this. Familiar faces all over the channel, but they also head out to a lot of in real life meetups with other creators, and I've been lucky to catch them for a few live streams when they've done this, like the Mid-America meetup last year that had 80 channels of creators and supporters. I recently joined them for a channel just last Monday, so not even a week ago, and hopefully everybody will check that out. We did more talking about farming and homestead than anything else, but it was an interesting conversation. I've been meaning to do more panels lately, and was happy to be able to join them. So I hope you'll check that out. They're live again on Monday. They've got that set up already, and hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. Jerry's usually here with us just about every single day. Susan is not too far behind, and like I said, they'll introduce you to a lot of other creators as well. Let's spin the wheel. Beverly Moffat, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Don Ray B, I hope I said hello. I put you on the wheel. I'm not sure if I actually said it out loud. And then left a gift. Yes, so Jennifer Ocean Homestead. We say a lot of silly things here in the chat. Because the support that we expect to give each other extends into literally months and years. We're not just here to connect with each other's channels. We're here to support each other over the long term, hopefully build friendships. That's essentially what happens. But because YouTube's guidelines in terms of service say clearly that people are not allowed to just subscribe to each other's channels, we say a lot of silly things in the chat. So most often somebody will say, I've been to your house and left you a package, which means they've been to your channel, they've watched a video and left you a comment. But these are just silly things that we say. Some people will say they want to bake with you, or they want to dance with you, or they want to visit you, or any number of other things. But you'll get the hang of that in moments, I'm sure. And then Now It's Dark is still in the house. That's Jim. He's got a birthday going on as well. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more, and Now It's Dark are both celebrating birthdays today, so hopefully everybody will wish them a happy birthday if you haven't already. Gloria's Platter, another dear friend of about 3 years, is in the chat as well. And we're about to talk about Fairbrick Studio. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then we're looking at Fairbrick Studio. So this is another creator who's been with us for just about every stream since finding us several months ago. This creator started with Lego stop motion videos. They've been doing a bit more Lego work again lately. They got a new kind of video here. I'm going to put this up into my catch-up list. They must have just put that out today. They play a lot of mobile games. Lego Tower is something they actually got me playing as well. Here's some more Lego activity. And they do some shout-outs in between the video gameplay on the channel. Lots of familiar faces you'll see in these shoutouts, but I'm always happy to see creators supporting each other. Fairbrick Studio is also out supporting others. I run into them in different Premiere live chats and live streams, of course. And then they've got some shorts doing really well at 12,000, even 15,000 views and beyond. And that's some of that mobile video gameplay. Fairbrick Studios usually early in the door here, and like I said, tries to be here just about every day. Now, I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for hours every time we stream, so I do appreciate every moment. Especially if it's your birthday and you're making time to hang out for a while as well. So thank you again, Jim from Now It's Dark, and Jesse from Jesse Miller Unboxings and more. I just found out yesterday that Now It's Dark has a third channel. We know them as Now It's Dark and have for a long time. The 70s Culture we've seen recently, and JLA Member is another channel that they've got with thousands of subscribers. Reed's Blissful Connections is coming up on the screen right now. We'll see what they've got going on in a moment. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And thank you, Jesse Miller. And then we're looking at Reed's Blissful Connections right now. There's JLA Member. That's the original channel from Now It's Dark in the 70s Culture. Reese Blissful Connections brings us professional education, happens to be a homeschooling mom. So a lot of their early videos and the things they've been doing lately talk to us about organization, time management, goal setting, and things like this. Over the course of Christmas, they did an interesting twist in a series about self-care. And then they've picked up some of that professional education type of content again in the latest few videos. But Reese Blissful Connections is another creator who supports on all of my channels. And the reason why I mention that kind of thing is so that you know what kind of support to expect back from a creator like this. Shorts on the channel bring pure variety, but these have gotten into 4,900 views and beyond on one of them. And hopefully everybody will connect with Reese Blissful Connections. They try to be with us every day as well. So JLA member, thank you again for dropping that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And I don't think we looked at your channels yet, did we? So we always put Superchatters and membership gifters up on the screen right away. This is a channel I've just connected with, so my guess is that it's going to start coming up #1 in the search results for me shortly. But you see that this channel's got 58,000 subscribers. This creator's been on for, was it 17 years, did you say? Did you say 15 years, or I think it was 17 years? That you said when we were talking yesterday in the stream. And then, pardon me, Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness just picked up that gifted membership. So if they're still in the chat or if they come back in, I'll put them back on the wheel right away. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And we'll get to adding names to the wheel from our chat list in another moment here. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So this, over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter is Jim, who I keep talking about today, celebrating his birthday. When I look at this channel, this is brand new, so I'm looking forward to getting to know the content here on JLA Member. I'm going to take the latest X-Men video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. I watched this video, but I went back. You know that I was commenting as well about, or I've said something to you today about that Funko Soda review. But I'll rerun that, and let me just make sure that I make good on that promise. And then this creator's got another couple of channels. So Shorts over here have gotten into 24,000 views and beyond. Live streams are also occasional, every approximately month or two. I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel better. We've got lots of friends that are into a lot of the same ideas. When we talk about things like those Funko Pop figures, look at how many he's got behind him. What a fantastic setup. And then let's look at the 70s culture. Now, this is the channel we've been seeing from this creator lately. He's been giving us an abundant amount of support on our copyright-free music channel, which we're going to go and look at in about an hour from now. So if anybody hasn't already seen it, you can come over. We got a live stream running. Everybody can keep connecting the way we are here. It's like a virtual nightclub over there, and we've got some games in the chat everybody can participate with that come up on the screen. And when we look at the 70s culture, we see 64 subscribers here. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. This creator is experimenting with some AI tools to make these videos. So if you want to see what those are capable of, this is a good opportunity for that. They're bringing us dedicated 70s ideas and 70s content there. Then when we get into Shorts, we see that they've already gotten into 2,600, 2,700 views. Pardon me, and then I'm going to put their original channel that we know them from, Now It's Dark, up onto the screen. You know this one because of the mock Burger King logo. When we get to Now It's Dark, there it is, and almost 10,000 subscribers on this channel as well. So let's have a quick look. They're talking horror and more over here. I'm going to grab their second latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up over here on this channel as well. And they've been a long-time friend. I've lost track of how long it is. I'm sure it's over a year. I'm not sure if it's quite 2 years. But hopefully everybody will connect with them. And like I said, they're celebrating a birthday today, so hopefully everybody will wish them a birthday along with Jesse Miller unboxings and more. So I'm just spinning the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in a second here. It looks like it's going to be 49 more. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. There was something that I forgot to mention earlier today, by the way, so forgive me. 49 more. We're going to get back to this channel in a quick second here. Stream Elements is one of the chatbots that we have operating here that drops things called timers. So if you want to look at Stream Elements, it's something that I really like very much. It's my favorite one for timers because when messages come through the chat from Stream Elements, they pretty much never crash into each other. You know how sometimes you can see Nightbot leave like 3 or 4 messages in a row and things like that? Even Streamlabs can do that, and Botrix I'm unsure of yet, but Stream Elements is my favorite. The problem is Stream Elements was not working on TuberChat for a few streams, and on another channel that I run for another creator. Now, they had a big headache trying to go through support and everything like that. They finally got it working, but I got on the support chat with Stream Elements yesterday or the day before, and they just simply said, what you got to do is disconnect the channel, log out, log back in, and then reconnect the channel, and it should work. And sure enough, easy enough, it worked. So I just wanted to mention that just in case anybody happened to notice me mentioning Stream Elements not working the last couple of streams, and it seems to be fine now. So 49 More is a creator we've known for a long time as Carpenter Self-Reliance. This creator has set up some new content here. They've already got 450 subscribers. They talk farming, gardening, hunting, product reviews, wildlife, and prep videos. And I'm just going to grab their latest video here, building a pig pen. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a series. They got 7 parts to that. I think I saw the 6th part, yes. And then they bring homesteading content, mostly outdoor on this channel. And let's look at shorts for them, and we'll see how these are performing. Cruising with Keith, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And then in around my area, Toronto and Niagara Falls, it's freezing today, so it's like 0-ish. It felt a little bit better. I was outside, but said it was 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. Twinbrook Acres, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. It's time for me to get some names onto the wheel from our chat list, by the way. Sup, Rio, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. 49 More has got some shorts here. These have started to get into 10,000, even 12,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. And I'm hoping 49 More is still in the chat. I hope I'm not making a mistake when I describe. This is the creator from Carpenter Self-Reliance that changed up their channel or has a new channel now, 49 More. I'm unsure whether they changed this or restarted, but I'll figure that out afterwards as well. I'm actually going to make a note for myself because they've been giving us an incredible amount of support, especially lately. And I really do appreciate that, but I just want to make sure I'm promoting the channel properly. Angie Reviews is still in the house. There you go, 49 More. Yes, so I just wanted to make sure, because I know I had forgotten to say it a few times. I just want to make sure I get the description correct, right? We always want to promote channels the way they want to be promoted. Yeah, the Numis Maniac. No, well, it's something else living over here, but I'm actually splitting my time, so I've got a really odd situation for myself personally where I split my time between a few different things, including parents, work, and then Kristen Welton, some of you know, is my girlfriend. She also has a channel. She's in Niagara Falls with me. Like, we officially live in Niagara Falls. I just still have to spend some time in Toronto, mostly for family obligations, and soon when the good weather is a little more upon us, I'll be back outside working around Toronto again. Yeah, but yeah, it's getting real over here when it comes to inflation. Like most places in the world, I think inflation's something else everywhere now. It's funny because, and I won't go into too much of a rant about this, and I don't, I'm not going to tell you that I'm right. I'm certainly not an authority when I talk about this stuff. But what I can point out is this: I know a lot of times we want to blame our president, our prime minister, our different leaders of the country and stuff like that. In most cases, I think we can all agree that we know that for the most part they're figureheads. They've got teams of people who we can argue all day whether they know what they're doing or not. But inflation is something that has taken the world by storm. Since the beginning of the pandemic, let's just say, if not by the end. And it's obviously affecting everyone, but I know we hammer the government all the time. Me as much as anybody, I promise you, behind the scenes here. I don't talk about it here. But inflation, my dear goodness, I see posts from people on other networks all the time. I tend not to watch much mainstream media news, if any at all. And I try to read behind the lines when I do, but my goodness, is it ever getting to be something else here? Henry Nelson is up on the screen. And pardon me, I wasn't going to... Sometimes I try not to get into story time, but I'm going to do it right now. So we'll talk about inflation for a quick second, because I got a speech and I keep leaving a part out of it every time I talk about it. So when my parents were young teenagers, right? This is a discussion I had with my mother decades ago. When my mother was old enough to start going to the movie theater by herself, right? So you pick your age for that, early teenager, let's just say. The price of pop chips and a chocolate bar were 5 cents. We know that that's true because we still see the advertisements and some of the antique Coke machines around today. When I was a young teenager, barely old enough to go to the movie theaters by myself, pop chips and a chocolate bar, what we call them chocolate bars here in Canada, candy bars, and pop is soda, obviously, 25 cents. I remember that clearly because we had a promotion going on where in Canada, for a brief period, there was a company called Hostess making the potato chips that we would eat like snacks all the time. When you bought a bag of potato chips, they'd put a sticker in it, and it was for some kind of famous rock band or something like that, and you had to collect them all and everything. But they printed the price on the front of the chip bag, and I believe that's because they wanted to stop the variety stores from charging 27 cents, 29 cents when it's supposed to be 25. Doesn't matter whether I'm right or not, but the evidence is there. We know that's true. When my son was a young teenager, about the age where he could start going to the movie theaters by himself, pop chips and a chocolate bar was about $1.25. And of course, I'm speaking in Canadian dollars. But we know that that's true because it's not too long ago, right? And we're talking just over, let's say, 10 years ago. But if you were to guess, yeah, pop chips and a chocolate bar wasn't $1. It was more than that, maybe not $2. Now, if you go into some of the more expensive variety stores, gas stations, 7-Eleven and things like this, you will find in Canada, you can't even find a can of pop anymore. It's all bottles. But when you get there, it is not unreasonable to find them well over $3. If you think about the timeline that I'm talking about, it seems to jump by 5 times every generation. I don't believe the whole 3%, 6% nonsense that we hear all day. When my son gets to the point, 13 or 15 years from now, that he would be old enough to have a child of his own, an early teenager, able to go to the movies by themselves, pop chips or a chocolate bar, my estimation says, are going to be $5 Canadian. Somewhere around $4 American. Now you can tell me I'm wrong. I very much could be. Boy, do I hope so. But it doesn't seem like it because we're just about there already. And the part that I leave out about this speech, forgive me, I'm skipping a lot of messages in the chat, but the part I leave out about this speech all the time is not about the inflation, but about minimum wage. When my mother was young enough to have her first job, for the life of me, I forget how much she said she made per hour. When I had my first permanent full-time job at 16 years old, I had other jobs before that, but my first, like you're working 40 hours a week, I was still going to school, it was $5 an hour, right? By those estimations, if the price of the things we're buying frequently goes up by 5 times per generation, minimum wage about 10 years ago should have been $25 an hour Canadian to afford the same lifestyle that I afforded when I was working or started working. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I'm not saying I'm right, but when we look at how people are struggling today and weren't struggling as much 10 or 20 years ago and are making more money and things like that, you have to wonder what on earth is going on. How is it possible that true inflation, the things we buy every day, and I know we have to take out milk, bread, and eggs, but you know what I mean, right? A lot of things we waste our money on, right, have gone up 5 times, but minimum wage has not. Not even anywhere in the ballpark. So this is what causes a struggle. Somebody my age at 18 years old could have afforded an apartment of my own. Maybe not a new car, but let's say a beater. Could have got to work. Could have afforded to go out once a month for somebody's birthday and things like that. Now, even that is a struggle for most people, it seems to me. I'm not saying I'm right, even though I think I am. I try to cover myself by saying that every time, but I am not kidding. There you go. 1973 minimum wage was $1.85. Farm labor was $1.85. Farm labor was $1.35, and I'm talking Canadian dollars because I've grown up in Canada, of course. But my dear goodness, I am not wrong when I say that my first full-time wage was $5 an hour as minimum wage. We're this far along, and it's not even close. They've jumped it in the last few years. People are now making 16 something, I think, but it's half of what it should be, half. And then, in my first full-time permanent job, I asked for a raise, and forgive me, I'll try to stop the story soon. I asked for a raise after I'd been there for a while. And my boss, he was 20-something years old, said, okay, what do you think you're worth? I didn't know any better. I'd never been through this before. So I said, well, probably $1. Right? So I was making $5 an hour. I think I want $6 an hour. No idea of percentages or anything. He's like, okay, I'll try. So he goes to some meeting or whatever, or says so, comes back. He goes, well, I got you a quarter. I'm like, okay, whatever, right? Soon, minimum wage went up to $5.40. So I was like, okay, whatever. Another year or two later, whatever it was, I asked for another raise. He goes, well, what do you think you're worth? I go, well, let's try for $1 again. This time he came back and said, I got you 10 cents. So I just stopped asking. So forget it. Don't even worry about it. Why ruffle the feathers, right? $50 a month furnished, my dear goodness. Oh, yeah, $18,000 for a house. My understanding is in around my parents' area in the year I was born. The houses around that area, which are about 1,200 square feet, we're going for $22,000 to $25,000. And the sad thing is, if you actually look at inflation and look at what they say is a 6% increase over all this time, then some of the house prices are really not too far off. Canada's like just getting hosed right now, and pardon the way I put that, but you know what I mean. It is really out of control. When you go to some of the United States, my understanding is you can buy a 4 or 5 bedroom house with a pool and an acre of land for $300,000 or $400,000. I'm no authority, so feel free to tell me I'm wrong this time. But here in Canada, you cannot live in Toronto for under every single thing they're building. Shoebox condos at 600 square feet are coming out at $700,000 and $800,000. You have to leave the city to even have a prayer of buying anything under $1 million. And the average home price, I think, in Toronto has surpassed $2 million now. I could be mistaken. And then, forgive me, I should do a whole stream about this, right? I should do a stream on my personal channel where we can complain about inflation all day. I'd be great at it, I promise you. But this is my speech when I try to explain, especially to younger people, why does it seem so harder than the life that we see in pictures and hear in stories from our parents and grandparents? Myself included. I'm a parent now and have been for a long time. But why does it seem to be so much of a struggle? Because things really didn't, now compared to today, things didn't seem so bad. You know what I mean? When I was 20 years old. But I don't want to preach doom and gloom. I'm just saying. Yeah, there you go. Yes, Cruising with Keith makes sense. I'm assuming that's American then. That would be my guess. Then K. Renee's Garden, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me, I got into a mild rant there. And then Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. So I've said this a million times. I get really passionate when it comes to the idea of finance. But I also get really upset about the idea that I know a lot of younger people, and I know people like me always say younger people, this and that, but seem to be giving up a little bit of hope, like thinking that it's not possible, I'm never going to own a house, I can't have a car, I got to work 2 jobs and everything else. Not necessarily, right? When my grandparents worked, it was possible for one person to work, the other one to stay home. Although I can't be certain, I know one of my grandmothers worked, I'm not sure about the other one, forgive me for not knowing that. I was very young, and the rest of that story. My parents, when they worked, my mother was able to stay home until my younger sister was able to go to school full-time, and then she started working for the school system. My parents both worked full-time. Now, in my generation, it seems we have to work full-time and have at least one side hustle to pay for the same lifestyle, if not more. And for the younger generation, I'm including the millennials, my son and anybody around the 20 to 30, starting their adult life, it seems you're going to have a successful side hustle and 2 full-time jobs and possibly a second side hustle as an idea. But as unfortunate as that all sounds, it's also the world that we live in, and the internet luckily has made it easier than ever. Somebody can start on YouTube with $0 because you already got a phone. We all have phones, we all have computers, almost everybody. But you can start, and if not, you can go to the library or you can borrow your friend's phone. Friends will help you if you're really in dire straits and don't have a phone, I'm sure. But we can start with $0, essentially, create content, and get paid from YouTube eventually. I promise you. And there's more out there than we think. Oh, my scratching PPA was part of me. Was that a warning for me? When I rant, I don't read the chat at all, or when I go off on these ideas. But it's just an idea. Now, it's interesting too, because in the last few years, all of the platforms, the popular ones, seem to monetize, right? There's people making money on TikTok, people making money on Instagram, Facebook, and things like that. And I promise you, I'm not talking about Superchat when I say this, or even my personal channel, but there is a lot more money available and possible just with YouTube and a little bit of social media work, which I've seen. So I promise you, it's more than we think it is. And then the other thing too is having a side hustle. Lots of people are either building YouTube to be a business or having businesses on the side, and YouTube is a social media driver for that type of business. My friend Two Pineapples talks about this often, but one of our friends, Corinne's Life, who is a moderator and member here, makes merchandise. She made the mugs that I use every day. Sometimes I wear her shirt. She makes hats and everything else, right? YouTube started, I think, as a project for her that has turned into a driver for that side business. Which one inspired the other, I'm unsure of, but there's no question she loves what she does when you watch her. So that's great because she's able to have these different multiple streams of income. Somebody like Lisa J. Stocks, the Stock Explorer, Budgeting Just Because, and It's D Bankroll can help us with that as well. But I promise you, I can even help with the smallest bit of that when we talk about not just YouTube and not just ad revenue and not just super chats and memberships and things. There are many ways to monetize the work that you're already doing, a multitude of ways. Affiliate programs like Amazon are just a start. And there's lots of other things we can do as well. So forgive me, I knew it would, but this became a ridiculously long rant. But I promise you, there's more hope today than there was just a few years ago because making money online has become easier. That's why I'm here. Not to make money. That's, anybody can do that. We all need to do it. But because this is where I found a place where we can help people start with no money if they have to, very little money if they want to, and make multiple streams of income grow faster and more solidly than they otherwise would have. Most of the ideas you're ever going to hear from me are long-term ideas. So not like, packing a party or a concert and making $100 million in one night, which some promoters are able to do. But the ideas that I will share through Superchat and other places as well are long-term ideas where things build slowly but extremely solidly, so that you have the best chance of being able to count on an income. An idea with YouTube, for instance, right? If you're aspire to make $100 a month or $300 a month or $1,000 a month or whatever have you, the idea is the way we're doing things here, and hopefully everybody for their channel as they continue to grow, when you get that first $100 paycheck, and then you get another $200 one, and then you get another $400 one, and then one day you get another $800 one, it's impossible not to get paid from YouTube for 12 months after you become monetized, if you look at it that way. Not saying I'm right, but pretty close to it. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I like what we're doing here. Even if we quit today, we'd still get paid. And I don't want anybody to quit, but you know what I mean. Stuff sells stuff by the seashore. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And forgive me, I usually don't go quite this far on Tuber Chat when we do this. I know we got a few new channels. We typically just put channels on the screen and talk about them. Product Scope, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm sure that's a boo, like as in Halloween scare me kind of boo. Not a boo, Kevin's just off on a rant and I can't stand it, because I know Jonathan Sturgill's been here for a while, so I'm just joking with you. But thank you for that. Jonathan Sturgill's got that second channel, Product Scope. Forgive me for all I've missed in the chat. If anybody said something that you meant specifically for me to see, please just mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. I'll have a look right now. Forgive me, Henry Nelson, I usually don't do this either, but we'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back and talk about this channel and start spinning the wheel again. Here, I got an idea for everybody. Gloria's Platter's making me laugh, along with Pete in the chat, of course. But I got to lose some weight, but I haven't done that yet. And between the inflation talk, maybe I should start a project called the Inflated Podcast. Maybe that will be the next idea, and $1 million idea if one of you wants to steal it from me. So Henry Nelson is up on the screen right now, 402 subscribers. This creator lets us know that they are not an expert by any means, but they do live on a farm. So what they bring us is a lot of wildlife and nature footage, particularly with trail cams. Most of their videos are quite short. I think I've got this one in my catch-up list already. Yes, forgive me, I didn't run that catch-up list yet. I usually do. I'm going to grab another video. It's quite short, but you'll find a bit of a mix between the different content on Henry Nelson's channel. This creator is here with us frequently as well, so definitely a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And some of the shorts have gotten into 4,000, 5,000, and almost 7,000 views. Hopefully everybody will connect with Henry Nelson, get some of that support coming back to you. And we'll spin the wheel, although I got to put one channel up right away. The Numismaniac, who's another fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta, has dropped a gifted membership. They gave it to, or it went to, Silver Assassin Metal Detecting. So I've got them on the wheel now. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Don Ray B is coming up next. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel again. And then my elliptical workouts. So I got off the treadmill again as soon as... Well, first of all, I couldn't do the live streaming and treadmill at the same time. That made me sick. What happens is... So I have a gym membership that I pay for and I never go, right? Like a lot of people. And I also have a treadmill at home. I've actually got treadmills in 2 different places where I am either living or frequent, right? And when I was doing live streams on the treadmill at home, I found myself getting sick there. Whenever I go to the gym and I haven't been in a few months, I get sick 2 weeks later. So that's another thing. Now I've been off the treadmill again, and I recently had a problem with my voice. Apparently I had pneumonia, but I wasn't actually feeling sick. I just had something in my, pardon me, with my lungs. I had to have x-rays and all this, but it was just my voice. I couldn't talk at all, if you could believe it. And so anyway, I hope to get back onto the treadmill, but I won't be doing any more streams. I also hope to get out, I aspire to get outside and do more outdoor live streaming, especially now that the weather is much better. And then, yes, excuse not to go on the treadmills, no internet, yes. And forgive me, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So the Numismaniac's up here, and like I said, this is a creator that comes to us from Edmonton, Alberta. He's known as the Skipper. When we get to his channel, you'll see that especially in his live streams, which usually feature StreamYard panels full of other creators. The conversation could go anywhere once they start, but they're usually talking numismatic collectible coins, which also brings to mind the idea of precious metals. I'll leave it to them to let you know the difference, but I promise you there is a very big difference. I'm a big fan of precious metals. I myself don't have any numismatic collectibles that I can speak of right this second. But we have a lot of creators that collect a lot of these different things. And other collectibles as well. So the Numismaniac will talk to us about that. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They just gifted a membership here. They've done things like that many times before. And they're working on 900 subscribers. They're going to be there any moment. That'll put them officially on the road to 1K. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So as soon as they hit 900, they're officially on the road to 1,000. They got some shorts here, one of which has crossed over 1,500 views, now over 1,600, which is great to see, and you get an idea of some of the history that comes along with some of the artifacts that they talk about in amongst the collectibles. And like I said, live streams as well. Hopefully they'll bring out another one shortly. And the Numismaniac has been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long period of time now. Forgive me for losing track, but it's got to be a year and a half, if not closer to 2 years, that the Numismaniac's been with us, and my bet would say that Don Ray B's been with us about the same amount of time. One of the first homesteading channels to come through the Tuber Chat family. We had an influx of homesteading channels start coming through about 2 years ago as well. Dawn Ray B wants to inspire us as soon as we get to the channel, before we even look at the content. She says, each new day is an opportunity to make your dreams come true. Obviously wanting to instill in us the idea that we should be chasing our dreams and making them come true, whatever they are. And then she gives a synopsis of her own story when we get to her About page, and talking about the idea of the dream of living a homesteading lifestyle, which now she does on 4 acres. And she brings us typical homesteading content, both indoors and outdoors. And I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got, a staycation, day 2.2. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. And worms in the container garden, a good thing. That's interesting. So I've got something to learn from that video as well. I've been doing a lot of talking to about homesteading lately. I was lucky to be on a couple of other panels over the last couple of weeks. We're talking a lot about that with Butler Family Farm, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, and I made an appearance with Charlene Heel a while back. I don't know if I said hello to her. Charlene Heel was here earlier with her second channel, and TCG Fam is in the house. Good to see you here. I just caught them for something else the other day again. Dawn Ray B is working on 700 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. When we look at the shorts on the channel, we see that she's gotten into 2,000 views and beyond, but a couple of newer ones got into 2,500 and 3,400 views, and lots of outdoor content there. And then live streams are something she's experimented with. We'll keep an eye on the channel, and our notification bells on, of course, so that we can catch her if she's going to keep those up. Michael's Adventures is coming up next. And, oh, Keith Sweat, really? TCG Fam? That's an interesting concert. And Akron, Ohio, which is actually not too far, I believe. Michael's Adventures is coming up. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of now almost 7 years. I suppose it's okay that I say that, because it's somewhere around now that I actually started, and then the first video went up shortly after the beginning of April when I started working on YouTube. Michael's Adventures, I'm just going to drop his handle in. Actually, I'm just going to drop his link. Michael's Adventures, like I said, is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Much of what he does for other creators goes unseen. I get to see because he's a dear friend of mine and has been for 3.5 years now. But as the host of Tuber Chat, you can imagine I get to hear from creators about some of the different things that they're doing. Michael's Adventures is somebody who will and has often reached out to say, hey, who do you know who needs help with watch hours? And he just runs a lot of playlists for people. He'll be willing to swap if anybody wants to do that, but he does that kind of thing all the time and always has. So I'm just setting some notifications here for some videos on his channel. He's been taking us for a lot of ride-along live streams. He also brings us out for walks around his area, stories to be told. And then as well, his channel features now well over 3,400 videos. He posts every single day, at least once a day. And he's got a lot of wildlife videos here. A lot of these feature raccoons, deer, foxes, and some bird watching on the channel, among other things. He, like I said, every day posts. The videos could be anywhere from 3 minutes to an hour. And he's got some shorts on the channel as well. You see a lot of scratch lottery tickets here, a slot game on a tablet. Sometimes he's outdoors for small amounts of time in the shorts videos. And if you dig through his content far enough, you'll find some of those walks around his area that I talk about as well. Now, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine, and they have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. One of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So I hope you'll connect with Michael's Adventures. We'd love to push him towards the 1,400 subscribers he's thinking about. TCG Fam, thank you so much for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to put your channel up right now. I also see Lenny the Lawyer Live coming in. Thank you for coming in. He's a longtime dear friend and a busy guy, as we can imagine. Any attorney probably is extremely busy. Any attorneys that I've been lucky enough to know, one of my lifelong friends, I was a best man for a childhood friend who was a lawyer as well, and I know he's busy what seems to be about 120 hours a week or more. TCG fam, we're going to talk about right now. They just dropped a super chat. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, so thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Gaming with Debbie, I'm going to get your channel onto the wheel. I know I had you at the beginning of the stream on there, but I wiped off the wheel a while ago, so forgive me for not putting you back on yet, but I'm doing it now. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment here. And TCG, oh, pardon me. We'll talk about the content in a second. Judgment Day Mike Harper's dropping a super chat. He's done that countless times before as well. Thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. We'll look at Judgment Day Mike Harper next before we spin the wheel. And Our Treasured Home is Nancy, and they were with us on one of the panels the other day. No, forgive me, I'm mistaken. Our Treasured Home just celebrated a birthday on Thursday. I'm getting my stories mixed up. Pardon me for that. She just celebrated a birthday. I think it was on Thursday morning, right? I caught that. Luckily, it was a bit of a surprise. So hopefully everybody will wish them a belated happy birthday. And when we look at TCG fam, we see a creator that brings us a lot of mukbang more than anything else, both in videos as well as live streams, a lot of taste tests and product review ideas. This creator is going to let us know about their channel and family, Tiffany, Chris, and Gabriella. And they bring love, laughter, and great fun. And then mukbangs, vlogging, reviews, scratch sessions, trivia and games, and a lot more as well. As we can imagine, when we look at shorts on the channel, we see that they've gotten into they've gotten into a couple hundred views on a few, one of them over 600, which is great to see. And then let me just grab one of your latest videos here. I'm going to grab the second latest one. This is a premiere coming up. I'm going to set notification for that, and I'm going to grab this next live stream with some new Heinz flavors that we don't have in Canada, I'm sure. And then I'm going to look at your live streams as well. And I caught this creator not too long ago, just a week ago. They're live frequently, and they often take us out. Sometimes they're out for meals in like restaurants and stuff, and then sometimes they're at home. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And, yeah, pardon me for that, Our Treasured Home. I was mixing up my story there for a quick second. Yeah, in the Tuber Chat family, March is a big time for birthdays. Judgment Day Mike Harper's coming up. You'll have to excuse me. We are going to take another break a little bit early right now. We'll come back in 3.5 minutes, and we'll look at that channel. Oh, just one more second here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And pardon me for that, in this office where I am, when I walk away from the computer, it's a farther walk than it was before. Lenny the Lawyer Live dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. He's done that countless times before. I'm going to address your question in a quick second. Right before we get to Judgment Day, Mike Harper, let's just have a quick look. Sony FX30 remote. And let's just see, I meant to click images. While I can't be certain, a lot of stuff comes up. So if they have Bluetooth, if it's Bluetooth enabled, it's possible. And then, because I see a bunch of stuff coming up here, right? Sony wireless remote commander, so I wonder if that's something. And then, pardon me, because I'm doing what anybody could have done, but just a quick look here. Sony A7 R, is it 3 or RIII? I see how they put it here, yeah. And then remote. Well, let's just have a look for a quick second because I'm curious to know. So it looks like, actually I just saw that a second ago as well. So there's this thing called the Sony Wireless Remote Commander, right? And I think that's what we saw in the last search. Sony Wireless Remote Commander. So I would bet if we put that in, and pardon me, I'm just guessing that might be along the lines of what you're looking for. But thank you for that. Lenny the Lawyer Live. I'm going to put his channel up on the screen next because of that super chat. Judgment Day, Mike Harper dropped one a while ago, so we're looking at that channel right now. Marketplace Boutique, I've got you on the wheel. Forgive me if I'm missing anybody in the chat. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, and Now It's Dark are both celebrating birthdays today. And yeah, no, my break was a little bit longer than I expected. Butler Family Farm, thank you for that. I'm going to soon have to do something about those breaks too, just in case I'm a minute later. Judgment Day, Mike Harper is up on the screen right now. This creator's here with us frequently. Alex and Alex, Wandering Clutter and Clutter Stage, good to see you in the house. I know you've been here for a while, so thank you very much for the time that you spent. I always appreciate every moment. I know not everybody can be here every day and for 3 hours at a time. And then, Judgment Day, Mike Harper has 437 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. This creator has been playing a bit of video gameplay lately in their videos and streams, but sometimes they give us a chance to get to know them a little bit better, but they give us a bunch of information on their About page as well, what we can expect from the creator, what we can expect in their content. Shorts on the channel feature different types of, a little bit of footage here, some video gameplay as well. And then some more variety. Live streams on the channel are frequent. This creator's on at least once a week, if not a couple of times. They've got a second channel as well. So they got a live stream coming up today in another half hour or so, a little bit less. Let me just look at Michael W. Harper. And Just Jason Keto and Moore's gifting another membership. So thank you for that. He's done that kind of thing countless times as well. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Tales Told in the Dark is a newer channel from Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. So she'll be happy to have that membership, I'm sure. She's been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. And that's funny, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. I forget that moment, but Frasier's one of my favorite shows of all time. And then Michael W. Harper is sitting at almost 60 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them up and over that milestone right now, a little bit farther on the road to the first 100. And Michael Harper over here is going to still give us a chance to get to know him a bit, and a lot of DVD reviews actually on this channel. If you dig through a bit of the content, you'll see that. He's got some shorts over here as well. These have started to get into hundreds of views and will likely keep picking up as he posts more and more. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael W. Harper on both of his channels. He's here every day as well. And then let's look at Lenny the Lawyer Live, who just asked us about those Sony cameras and that equipment that might be able to be used as a remote. That's one thing I forget almost all the time. I did a review with a stand that I use all the time. I'll show you. One of these, I have 2 reviews. These are the best stands I have seen or owned. I use them always and expect always to, but they come with Bluetooth remotes. And in my reviews, I remembered to try them with the camera for video and photo, but I forgot to try them with a GoPro. And somebody asked me on the channel after as a comment, does it work with the GoPro? And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think to try it. But I'm assuming that any camera that can be controlled via Bluetooth would work with those things. But that's just an idea. But a remote is a great idea. You can set timers, run in front of the camera if you need to, and things like that. And the remote might work with that. I think that somebody asked that as well the other day, if it works with the iPhone timer. So I'm going to have to check that. When we look at Lenny the Lawyer Live, I don't mean to laugh. That's a serious title. Somebody like myself, I just did a video on my channel about, it was a spreadsheet tutorial on how to make a blood pressure journal or log. And there's nothing wrong. Actually, I was worried for a second there. I went to the dentist. The dentist said your blood pressure's high. So I went to the doctor and I asked him, and he said, okay, no, it's not actually. For somebody my age and size and everything else, I'm probably on the high end of normal. He goes, but you got to monitor every day, twice a day for 10 days. You got to do it twice every time. Scrap the first number, keep the second number. So I'm doing that now. But I wanted to make my own paper that I could write things down on. So it's a spreadsheet. You could use it as a spreadsheet, or you could use it as something to print. And I just did this. So thinking about blood pressure, of course, I'm thinking like, well, I don't want to have a heart attack. Some of you know I was adopted, so I don't actually have a medical history that I can go by either, or anything like that. So I got to stay on top of things for that reason if I find out anything's up. And then Jay the Motivator's channel, Ali Patches, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Jay the Motivator's an incredibly supportive creator and has been for a long time here. Lenny the Lawyer Live brings us this video, and he's talking about finances here. This creator is building a catalog of legal information. There's a big difference, of course, between legal advice and legal information, but whether you are on a phone, a video call, or in person with an attorney, they can clearly let you know which you are receiving when you're talking to them. Lenny the Lawyer Live's been a dear friend for a long time. He's got a few different channels, as a matter of fact, and he's building a huge catalog of different types of legal information. I believe everybody's going to have to deal with something legally at some point in their life, almost everyone, but finance comes along with that as well. So when we look at another one of his channels, Boyer Coffee Enterprises, we see some more legal information over here from this same creator. And then he's got another channel I can look at. I think he's got a fourth, but let's just say My Smart Jewish Lawyer. And then we see a little bit more content from Lenny the Lawyer Live as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. And like I said, he's a dear friend, has been for a long time, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And I would love for some of his support to come back to you after you connect with him. I know it will, so hopefully you get out and connect with him right now. Push him towards the 400 subscribers we know he's thinking about. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Just Jason Keto and More is up on the screen right now. He says, yeah, your blood pressure will always be high when you're in a dentist office or a doctor's office. It would make sense, yes, but based on anxiety and things like that. So that was something that a bunch of friends said to me right after. I said, oh my God, I got to do something, because I think my blood pressure at the dentist at the beginning of the appointment, and I love the dentist. I love my dentist, and I like going. As ridiculous as that sounds, because it's always money, no matter what. But I love the fact that I feel great afterwards, and my dentist has helped me. I did not look after my teeth when I was young. I do it meticulously now. But because I've been going to the same dentist for what's got to be 15 years, if not longer, almost 20 now, they all know me, and it's a not as stressful an environment as it could be, in my opinion. When I got in there, they tested the blood pressure as 171, I think the first time, I forget the other number. And then they did it again right away, and it was 169. And I know already that is not good, right? But again, you're in the dentist office. They checked again at the end of the appointment. It was 159 or something like that, 150 something. Still bad, but considering where we are. When I went to the doctor, he said, no. He goes, because I had measured a little bit, but not meticulously. I didn't know what I was doing. I just said, look, I've been measuring for a couple days, and here's what it is. He goes, no. I'm going to tell you how to measure properly. This is what you got to do. Don't worry about it. Anywhere on the high end of 140, like meaning 140 is okay, but on the high end of normal for me. So I'm assuming that's anybody my age or size or anything like that, but that's just an idea. And then Lenny the Lawyer Live, another fourth channel. Fourth channel for you? You already have 4 channels. Or you're asking if there'll be a 4th channel for me? I'm not sure, but I am going to expand the content on Superchat. So I'm just barely starting to hint about this kind of thing, because episode 700 is coming up in our 4-year anniversary. So right after that, I've already got some fantastic informational content to expand what we do here in Superchat, and I know it will be very helpful. And, thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. We saw Just Jason Keto and More. Forgive me for not catching that. I'm so busy talking, right? Extra screen time for Jason, but he deserves it absolutely. He gave a gifted membership, so pardon me for that. Lenny the Lawyer Live took over our Stream Boss position. Every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of a life off of our Stream Boss, which is that video game life meter that you see under my camera here. And the last person to knock it out takes over and gets some extra exposure there. So that will be Lenny the Lawyer Live. He's held that position many times. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, not on the wheel right this second, but I'm actually going to put you on right now. And it's time for me to start doing a little bit more of that. So we've still got over 20 minutes to go. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels now. And then thank you, Just Jason Keto and More. Yeah, and Scratch and PPA. I didn't catch that because I'm just talking again. Ali Patches, an artist that does abstract illustrative art. Relaxing streams where we paint and chat, which is cool. We got a few friends that do that, but it's great to have you in the house. I'll look forward to getting to know your channel as well. And forgive me for anything I missed in the chat. If anybody mentioned something you wanted me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow, and I'll try to catch it. Globee's Travel is up on the screen, and Bella's Whisper Farmstead, I just put you on now. Usually I don't if somebody, when somebody asks, but it's actually your turn. So I got this robot in the background called Streamlabs, and forgive me, Globee's Travels, we'll get back to your channel in a second. So Streamlabs does a great job of keeping track of how active everybody is in the chat. Many of the usual suspects are here on the front page, of course, but Bella's Whisper Farmstead, I think this is the second time that we've done that where we've added your channel. It comes to the end of the stream usually, the last hour or half hour that we get that done. but we keep that going. So Globeast Travels is here with 227 subscribers. They give us a look around their area with some travel type content, lots of outdoor exploration here. I'm still getting to know the channel. They've been with us a couple of months now, but I'm going to grab one of their latest videos of museums, Civil War relics in here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Forgive me, I've already got it there. I'm going to grab another Town of Madrid video, put that in my catch-up list. I just didn't watch or run it yet since Thursday. We streamed late on Thursday. Yesterday I wasn't around, and then today a little bit earlier, so forgive me. But I will get to that before we're back on Tuesday. Marcus Putzer, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And let's spin the wheel while we look at the shorts on Globeast Travels. We see that they've gotten into 2,700, 3,700 views and beyond, 6,900 on one of these as well. And then Gaming with Debbie is coming up. So hopefully everybody will connect with Globeast Travels. We want to push them towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. I see them out supporting other creators regularly, as well as they're here with us in Tuber Chat pretty much every day since finding us. Sussy Global Concepts, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We'll spin the wheel one more time. Gaming with Debbie's coming up right now. This is another creator who's been with us just about every day since finding us a couple of weeks ago. Gaming with Debbie has another video game on her channel. She's doing some watch hour stuff there, it looks like, with some live streams. But this Beat Saber game is something that I caught on her channel not too long ago. I'm going to rerun this video. I don't know why my red line is not all the way there. And this is an interesting game because I keep describing it every time I talk about the channel as a cross between Fruit Ninja or Guitar Hero, something like that. And lots of popular music in there as well. They seem to stream and post frequently, as you can see. We'll look at the shorts for a second, more video gameplay here. I believe they mix up a few titles, but they've already gotten into 3,000 and 4,000 on their shorts. And then here we go. Yeah, they just did a stream. They're at it almost every single day with different types of games, usually popular titles. So hopefully everybody will connect with Gaming with Debbie. Like I said, I think they've been with us just about every day since finding us. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness picked up a gifted membership today. And we'll see what they've got going on their channel. Thank you again, Just Jason Keto and More, by the way. And yeah, absolutely. Lenny the Lore Alive, if you have an idea for a collaboration, by all means ask anybody or bring up the idea here. And then there'll be lots of creators that will likely be interested in discussing the idea. And then one of the ways that a lot of people collaborate is in StreamYard panels. I've been meaning to do a lot more for a long time, and lately I've been on a few. Butler Family Farm had me on. I've talked to Just Jason Keto and More. We'll probably do something sooner than later. I was on Hillbilly Chicken Ranch the other day and Charlene Heel a few weeks ago. Gaming with Debbie and on probably Fairbrick Studio. Yeah, that's an incredibly supportive creator, but thank you very much. And Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness is a newer channel that I'm still getting to know. That we've just had them on the screen a couple of times now. They're working on 1,200 subscribers. They give us an idea of what to expect on their channel in their About page. I'm just going to grab one of their latest Chicken Alfredo videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels, and by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching content, I get to know the content on the channel a bit better. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. They've done really well with shorts here on Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness with 11,000 views on a few of these. And then live streams are something that they've been doing. It looks like they're on about once a week, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. But I got notification bells on for every single channel. And that's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then thank you, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. So we're looking at Bella's Whisper Farmstead now. So I was mistaken. I thought I looked at this channel the other day. This is a brand new channel for Superchat. I think I know what would have happened here. I think we did have this channel up as the last channel the other day. And I probably took one of their videos and put it in my watch later list. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, there it is. I figured that. Okay, so I'm going to grab your latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. So I'll just ask you to pardon me for that. I usually go through my watch later list and my catch-up playlist, which is just a fun playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, in between streams. And since we're on every other day, I usually get to it. But yesterday was a really tight day for me, so I didn't manage to get through it. So pardon me for that, but I will get through all we've got now, including my watch later list, so I can connect to Bella's Whisper Farmstead, and I'll make sure that that's done before Tuesday, but I should be able to do it this afternoon. When I look at this channel, I'm just going to have a look at their About page. We get quite a bit of information here. Cattle, chickens, ducks. They've got some kids they're raising as well, and a bulldog, Bella. And then they share more information on the About page. I'll leave it to you to go through that. Lots of outdoor homesteading content I see here. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that they've already gotten into 2,500 and 3,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. And pardon me, Butler Family Farm. I saw something that you mentioned earlier and I missed it. I'm going to see if I can scroll back and catch it. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Scratching PPA is coming up right now. Oh, pardon me, Butler Family Farm. I'm not sure if that was for me. You said something about somebody being 37 and living with you, and I missed that. So forgive me, especially if it was. Pardon me. I'm talking so much today again. I didn't mean to miss that. And then Scratching PPA is up on the screen right now. And this is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. And that's getting close to 7 years now. And Scratching PPA, I think almost everybody that knows him, if not everybody, will describe him the same way. One of their most supportive creators. And you said, yeah, 37 and still living with you. And pardon me, Butler Family Farm. I forgot what I might have said earlier. If you want to let me know who that was. Okay, thank you for that. And pardon me, yeah. So Scratching PPA brings us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, as well as being a beloved and dedicated moderator here. If you could believe it, Scratching PPA has been here over 650 times for hours at a time. Now, I know not everybody can do that. I have no choice but to shake my head and thank God every day for somebody who is to be so blessed to have a friend that is willing to support in this way, knowing that it's impossible to support him equally. Because he puts out one video a week typically. He's expanded the content this year on his channel. But every week he puts out a video that can run anywhere from 8 minutes to about 16, 17 minutes, depending on the intro and the state of the giveaways in his series. He does those on Tuesdays at 12:15 Eastern. This creator has one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Garden State Gardener, the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, and a few others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And we see that Scratching PPA has hit 2,000 subscribers. So I know everybody will be excited for Scratching PPA to hit another exciting milestone. He's been at the door of 2K for just a few days now, and we're so happy to have him have that hopefully locked in. Scratching PPA brings us the Scratch Challenge series of videos where he pits two lottery tickets against each other. And we get the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He's got his latest video ready to go. He usually sets up his premieres on Saturday. They roll on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. And this creator as well has had presentation at the forefront of his mind ever since his very first production. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by the content in the thumbnails, which include the hint about those giveaways I was talking about. He's got a banner that is updated every week, if you can believe that. We all know how much work that must take. And then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 3.5 years ago. This creator recently expanded the content on his channel when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts and some Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen. And then he brought us his very first live stream and has threatened he may bring us another pop-up live stream at some point in the future. So I know everybody will be excited to see Scratch and Pete PA have expanded the content of his channel. And then, like I say, I can't say it enough, he's one of the most supportive creators that I've met. Now, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when we visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, we have the opportunity to meet more friends and family members for our own channels, the same way we do here in TuberChat. Marketplace Boutique is up right now, and this is a creator that's going to help us with streams of income, like I was talking about earlier today, particularly when it comes to the idea of buying and selling, hopefully at a profit, while giving somebody a good deal. And they speak mostly about eBay. Marketplace Boutique was working in law as well. They wanted a career change, something to let them spend more time at home, so they started e-commerce in 1998. They bring us lessons from that journey, including up to today, where they buy often collections of different things. Sometimes they even take us shopping, actually. They talk about how to find the right things to buy and sell. For instance, buying collections of things, splitting them up and selling them individually. I do a bit of eBay work myself as well, and I can tell you that listing and shipping are easy tasks to learn and do, but Marketplace Boutique talks about the magic of how to profit and how to run an e-commerce business or build streams of income through buying and selling, whether it's offline or online. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Marketplace Boutique's an incredibly supportive creator, not just here in TuberChat. As soon as they came into the TuberChat family, I see them constantly and did right away, supporting other creators in premieres and live streams. And even on channels I wouldn't have otherwise known they were connected to. So always pleasantly surprised. Hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique and push them towards the 800 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. Silent Silver's in the house. I've got them on the wheel. Philip Lemon is here. It's good to have you in the house. Again, one more time. Now It's Dark and Jesse Miller Unboxings and More are both celebrating birthdays today. Our Treasured Home celebrated on Thursday, so hopefully everybody will wish them a happy birthday or happy belated birthday. If you haven't had the chance already, and look at that luck, Silent Silver. A couple of our friends have been waiting a long time on the wheel, but as soon as you came in, you were chosen, so the odds are ever in your favor. So Silent Silver is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins, other collectibles as well, a little bit of variety. They've been doing some mail call and shout out videos lately as well. They can talk about the differences between numismatic collectibles and precious metals, which I'm a huge fan of, and they've got shorts on their channel that have gotten into 6,000 and even 8,500 views. So they talk about precious metal stacking and prepping, as well as numismatic collectibles. And like I said, there's a big difference, but I'll leave it to them to help you with that, along with the numismaniac who might still be in the chat. We got a few friends that are helping with these things now. And then Silent Silver also goes live occasionally, about once a month. They just dropped one a month ago. They might be due for another one. We got our notification bell on for every single channel, so hopefully we'll catch them the next time around. Pardon me just for one more second here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And Silver Assassin Metal Detecting picked up a gifted membership today, so we had them on the wheel. We'll have a look at their channel right now. Silent Silver had their birthday last week, so happy belated birthday to you. Yeah, I think I haven't done a Sunday stream in a couple of weeks, so I might not have been on. But yeah, happy belated birthday. March is a huge month, it seems. And then Silver Assassin Metal Detecting. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream here, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I should drop a link to our music channel that we can go and raid now. My windows are freezing on me, so pardon me for that. The live redirect is already set up, but if you haven't already seen it, all the same music in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a virtual nightclub going on over there. And there's a video game in the chat that everybody can participate with that comes up on the screen. And you're able to keep connecting the same way we do here. Pardon me, I'm getting all frustrated with my computer. My windows usually don't freeze, but something just did. And there we go. Becoming Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. We're spinning just for fun. That's Jonathan Sturgill. He's got 2 channels, actually. We'll look at Product Scope, which is a newer of the 2 channels, meant to be complimentary content for Jonathan Sturgill. He brings us music and gear and instrument reviews and comparisons. And there we go, product reviews. And this creator is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to all the technology that is increasing now and coming out regarding music. So hopefully everybody will catch him for that reason as well. Can AI really clone your voice? So I'm just going to grab his latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. I'm interested in that kind of thing too, all the AI tools, and I play around with some of those just to know how everything works. I'm always enthusiastic about anything online. Jonathan Sturgill as well has got over 5,000 subscribers. He actually did before he came to us, but hopefully everybody will connect with him, push him towards that 5,100. Thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent today. Please forgive the channels that I did not get to. We've been on for 3 hours, but we can continue connecting over on that music channel, which I dropped the link for, and I will drop it one more time right now. And we're back on Tuesday, but I always post the live streams in advance so you can plan if you need to. Episode 700 is coming up in a couple of weeks, and our 4-year anniversary is a couple weeks after that, so hopefully you'll plan and join us for those. And I'll pin that link right now. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you, everybody. Happy birthday again. We got a few people celebrating today, and hopefully we'll see you a few minutes from now over in that music stream. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.